Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your February soul session. I am Princess India if you are new, and if you are family, welcome back, my friend, and what's not, or whatever. So, anywho, okay, we're going to go ahead and jump into your cards. We're going to be looking at an overall energy as well as a challenge, and then I'm going to get into a more specific spread, and that's the challenge. Okay. Well, we're going to look at what's going on with you guys for the month of February. I had to move my mouse there. Let me pull those cards for continuity and what's not or whatever. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so two cards came out for you guys. Overall energy, we have the Lovers and the reverse. That's Gemini energy, as well as the Two of Cuppies in the reverse. Child, look, I don't know why this is coming to me because this is a soul session. The love readings ain't coming out till the week of Valentine's Day / Mardi Gras, because that's the day before Valentine's Day, but that's neither here nor there. But moving right along. So with you guys, I don't know why Capricorn, blame the people without bodies. It's looking like, to be the first thing that pronounces itself to me rather is I don't know if you guys had kind of like a breakup or something like that with a Gemini person. You know what I'm saying? That's what it kind of feels like to me, like loudly. You know what I'm saying? And this is a lot going on, Capricorn. A breakup with a Gemini person, or like discord with a Gemini person, or regretting not choosing a Gemini person. And that's interesting because, I just did Gemini. You may have watched it. I don't know. I mean, if you're watching this as the replay, then probably not. But I mean, if you're like most of my subbies who, watch when, I put them out, then you probably saw that. And that's interesting. Are you the person that I was talking about in Gemini? Okay. I don't know. Maybe not. Anywho. But yeah, it kind of feels like maybe potentially not choosing. And where this kind of teeters into where this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This could be business related, It could be, I don't know, a startup company, maybe a Gemini person, or just a person. If it's not a Gemini, it's kind of like being on one accord with a person or with a path, because I'll get into the general thing after all these specifics in a minute. But the other thing I could see with this, where it's being a business thing, it could be that you were working really well with a person at one point in time, like on a business venture, and it's like electing to not move forward with that person. You know what I'm saying? And when you go your separate ways, it's kind of like that definitely ties into the Gemini reading. Definitely check that out. It's like that person doing well, you know what I'm saying, in comparison to where you are. It's almost like a thought of, and I don't know why it's like TV shows, like old school TV shows have been coming to mind with all of the soul sessions this month. Because I'm thinking about like in TV shows where, how you have like say two people who are in a singing group, right? And you get offered a record deal, right? Or you're like in a band and you get offered a record deal, and like the whole band's excited, and then it's like the record company people pull you to the side and they're like, no, we don't want the whole band, we just want you, right? And now the main character has to make this whole big decision of like, should they follow their dream and leave their whole band behind? You know what I'm saying? Or do they, give up the seemingly once in a lifetime opportunity for a record deal to stay loyal to their band? Like, it feels kind of like something like that to me. You know what I'm saying? So if this is dealing with a Gemini, most certainly go check that out. But other than that, what this would feel to me in like the most mundane sense, this is more or less a decision that you made, Capricorn, goes against like your personal core value system. or morals, maybe, you know what I'm saying, is not truly in alignment with you. And that's causing like inner discord with you. And with this being in your overall energy, this is going to be the main thing that you're kind of tussling with, if you will. I don't want to necessarily say it in the context of I don't want to say it in the context of like mistake or regret or anything like that, because I don't really feel that that's the case. Like, I feel whatever decision it is that Capricorn made leading up into this point, it's a decision you were supposed to make because there was a lesson that was supposed to be learned there. You know what I'm saying? So don't look at it from that perspective. It's just more or less a need to take a step back to see what it is that you're fraternizing with right now, and to really check in with yourself to see what really isn't in alignment with you, because it's more or less to me that, because we're talking about with the lovers and with the two of cups here, we're talking about masculine and feminine energy, and meaning literally energy. So yin and yang, if you want to look at it like that. So the most mundane sense, we're talking about like action oriented energy and like passive, you know what I'm saying, energy. You know what I'm saying? Active and passive, if we could say it that way, right? But there's a discord here. So it's a dissension within the self. And I said something similar. I can't remember if that was Aries. I can't remember who that was. It may have been Aries, but I said something along the, or Cancer. Was it Cancer? I don't remember who it was. If you remember who it was, please comment it below. But I said something in one of the signs I did prior to you guys about like this dissension. I think it was Cancer, because I know their energy was very past oriented. It's almost as if like the external actions, yeah, it was Cancer because it was the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. It's the external action that they were taking was literally in the direction of where it is that they wanted to go. There was nothing wrong with that, but it's their internal space, like where their head space and where their emotions were, was past oriented. And the vibration that they were in was in, you know, direct contrast to where they were trying to go. So I likened it to like tying two horses together and slapping their butts. So they're going to take off running, but they're going in opposing directions. So all they're doing is running in place. And that's what would be the stagnation. So Capricorn, all of this from your overall energy. If you guys are feeling as if you're in a place at present to where you're stagnant and you're, you know, like almost kind of at a plateau, like you're doing, right? Because you have an end goal you're trying to get to, but you feel like there is no movement forward. There's some level of dissension there. And it very well could be like spirit trying to save you from yourself, because what it is that you're doing, and I said this with Cancer as well. So if you have that in your chart, definitely check it out. I said, I'm going to use a really corny colloquialism, but I said, you know how people say, like, when you make a house a home, you know what I'm saying? The hollow energy that I'm feeling, and what I see very similar in this overall energy for you guys, if you made a masculine headspace decision and acted on it by not, you know, consulting with your personal core values or beliefs, or you made a decision to go against your personal morals or beliefs, you know what I'm saying, or values or what have you, if you made a decision to go against that, you are in direct opposition to yourself and, you know, in dissension with yourself. So it's how it is spirit would be saving you from yourself, is it would be the reason why there is no fruit where it is that, you know, you're sowing and tilling. You know what I'm saying? No harvest is coming, because God forbid if it did, you would continue sowing in that ground. So the reason why there's a stagnation and there's not any fruit that's coming is in hopes for you to wake up and realize this really isn't in alignment with me. I hope and pray that that's making sense. Now, you guys, challenge, child, look, is the 3 of Cuppies in the reverse. So that's the thing. That kind of goes back to what I was saying with the specific energies first. You need an alternative opinion with what's happening, Capricorn, because it's the 3 of Cups is a very solitary energy. You feel what I'm saying? And I often say you cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it, you know? So I feel that there's an alternative opinion that you guys need with this. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this reading could even act as that. You know what I'm saying? Of like kind of snapping you out of it to take a step back, because I feel like you've been in this cycle for so long, or you've been in this energy for so long, that it's almost like you've gotten, like, do I want to say numb to it or conditioned by it almost? You know what I'm saying? It's so many signs I'm thinking about that I did before you guys, where y'all have a lot of themes that I've been seeing in the other soul sessions. It's like when you get conditioned to something, like when you experience something, I said this in Scorpio. I was talking about with them, like when you do something for so long without being interrupted, you do get conditioned by it, and you start to see this as like, this is just the way that things are. You know what I'm saying? And even in the sense of like, if this is overworking, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like this could, this is so cray cray. Because this is making me think about so much stuff that I've been talking about just earlier today. Because I shared a video with my staff earlier today. And I wish I could remember the guy's name. I can't remember the guy's name because it just came up on my timeline. But the whole video, like, I mean, if you find it on YouTube, like the thumbnail says like I quit on it. And the whole video is him talking about all of these YouTubers who in 2024 decided to quit their channels, right? And when I'm watching it, I was flabbergasted. You know, my flabber was gasted because everything that this guy said in this video is literally everything that I felt when I quit YouTube. Like, aside from all the stuff I had going on in my personal life, but it's like a lot of those things he was describing, like that burnout. I was like, dude, I felt all of these things. And I was like, geez, I was like, other people who are YouTubers feel like this too. So it's like, it was so refreshing for me, because a lot of the things that he was saying that are solutions to this particular, you know, capitalistic problem, as he positioned it, is literally what I did. It's like, and what the other YouTubers were doing, it's like either quitting for good entirely, or, you know, kind of not making it your whole life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying this with reason, because this Three of Cups in the verse is making me think about that. Like he was talking about whenever you get to a point with YouTube, and I can tell you this wholeheartedly, I don't know how this is becoming a whole message, but you know, even if you're not a YouTuber and you're watching this, like I feel like you can take something from this, because it's so the same with so many things. But the thing that he said that resonated so much with me is like, when you're on YouTube and you get to a point to where you like quit your job and you make like YouTube your job, like it sucks up your life. Like you no longer have a life outside of YouTube. Like literally everything that you're doing, and I literally fell victim to this, was like the guy was saying, spending time with my kid or spending time with my friends or family and thinking about content and what I need to record. Or if I go somewhere and I feel bored, I'm sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I could have recorded like 5 videos in this time frame. And it's like you start thinking like that to the point where your entire life becomes producing content for your channel. And then it's like you're sucked into like, oh my gosh, I could spend all of this time creating content, but then people could not watch it. And it's like, oh my gosh, the algorithm, let me check my analytics. And it's like it completely sucks up your life. And it no longer becomes about you producing stuff or doing something that you love. It now becomes you sustaining to stay on top with the algorithm, to stay relevant, to do things that people want to watch so that you can actually pay your bills. And that is no way to live. You know what I'm saying? It's like me coming back to YouTube now. is a healthy space because I have a job. You know what I'm saying? So whether people watch my videos or not, it's neither here nor there. It's like I do it because I love it now. You know what I'm saying? So it's back to it being fun to me again, because it's not a fear of like, oh my gosh, are we going to have food and are the lights going to get turned off because, no one watched my video. You feel what I'm saying? But it puts you in this very solitary energy. And that's very similar to what I'm seeing here in this Three of Cups in the reverse. So where I say, even if you're not a YouTuber, how this relates to you is this could be, trying to become partner in a law firm, or, trying to finish your PhD, or trying to move up in a company, or trying to progress your business forward. It's like, if you get into a place to where you abandon, because it's almost like a Jedi mind trick, dude, to where what you're telling yourself is that you're making this sacrifice temporarily until you get somewhere. But then it's like you achieve one goal and that goal multiplies into more, and now it's never enough. You feel what I'm saying? And the next thing that you know, it's like you're sad and alone, and all of the things that you thought once upon a time that you wanted to accomplish, or you were going to have time for once you achieved this thing, it's like all of this time has passed. So the thing that I'm seeing for my Capricorns, to kind of bring this down, I hope you're still with me, Capricorn, is there's a part of yourself, like your heart, desire, emotions, feelings, all your feminine stuff going on, right? That's kind of been left on the wayside. Whenever I use this in, princess isms, I call this leaving the high priestess on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? It's like we get too caught up in our masculine energy and the acquisition of things. You know what I'm saying? That we completely forget like authentic self, our connection with spirit, our emotions, because we're too preoccupied with stuff and things and achievement, and we're not counterbalancing that energy. And I'm seeing with Capricorns, the challenge with this is there's been a vacation of oneself. And my guides are telling me something else that kind of wraps up those energies I was talking about in the beginning. There's been a vacation, not like vacation, but like I'm saying vacate, plural. Like you vacated yourself in some sense or another, something that's very important to you, like a huge essence of yourself in the acquisition for something. So it's like you're teetering like this in your masculine energy, you know what I'm saying? And with that, there's this element of isolation, but I feel like you've kind of rationalized it because you're telling yourself, I'm only doing this for a little while. But the thing you need to take a step back and look at is like, where are you though? How long have you been doing this, telling yourself that there's a particular end goal to it? And what is the end goal? What is the amount of money in your bank account? You know what I'm saying? What is, the accolades? Like, what is the absolute cutoff point, and how close or how far from that are you? Because operating in this energy, there's only for so long you can sustain this before you literally burn out, or you completely lose sight of what it is that the end goal was in the first place, if we're not already there yet. You feel what I'm saying? And I can say wholeheartedly, my Mars is in Capricorn, so I can resonate with that. Like, I am a religious hard worker. Like there is no end to my energy and my commitment and my dedication to something. If Princess India says she's gonna do it, dag nabbit son of a gun, I'm gonna do it. You feel what I'm saying? So I can resonate with this. And when you have an untapped energy like that and you can just go, you have to have checkpoints for yourself, because you could easily end up overworking. You feel what I'm saying? So there's a need to make a U-turn, Capricorn, and go back and pick up the high priestess off the side of the road. You feel what I'm saying? Because we unbalanced here. But anywho, going into your overall energies here. So your overall energy for the month, this is the card representing you guys. Ciao. And I think this is so funny. This is, okay, come on camera. You were doing so good. I'm so proud of you. You are a beautiful machine. You're so much better than Nikon. Canon, do you hear me? Canon, If you could just autofocus. If you could just do that for you, girl. Maybe? No? No? Okay. Just trust me. Okay. So this is the chariot and the Hoodoo Tarot. It's Railroad Bill. And you know how I was talking about oh my God, duh. Cancer's your opposite sign. So you definitely need to watch Cancer. Just hit me. The chariot is Cancerian energy. So legit, yeah, y'all definitely need to watch Cancer because that's your shadow aspect. So that's like all the things that are happening in your periphery that are going on that you're probably not aware of. But when I was talking about the two horses and you slapping their butt and them going in opposition, I was totally thinking about the chariot card because, you know, there's usually two horses on there. But anyway, so we have Railroad Bill. So this is the card that's representing you guys. So pretty much what this is saying, Capricorn, is the whole premise in this month, what is ordained for you all is for you guys to move forward. But here is the catch 22. The thing about you guys moving forward is intricately aligned with moving forward in one accord. Because mind you, if we get real tarot with this, we have the Two of Cups and we have the Lovers, right? Both of these are masculine and feminine energies. You know what I'm saying? So the same with this, with the chariot, right? And the Rider-Waite, you can't see it here because it's Hoodoo Tarot. But in the Rider-Waite, there's two horses on the chariot card. And it's a white horse and a black horse, aka yin, yang, masculine, feminine, right? So in order to move forward, both of these horses need to be going in the same doggone direction. If they're going in two different directions, we ain't going nowhere. But anyway, the energy on you guys' life this month is intended for you all to move forward, but it's moving forward with intention because the whole lesson with the chariot, which was the whole lesson of, 2023 being a 7-year and all, was all about, I call this the mastermind card. So it's more or less you having the aha awakening moment and realizing that your mind is really not the authority of your life. It is merely a tool that was designed to be in service to your heart space being the seat of your soul, where the high priestess that you left on the side of the road be chilling at. You feel what I'm saying? So it's about allowing your truth and the truth from the divine to speak through your heart space, your calling, your purpose, all of the things, right? And your mind being a tool and a resource for said heart space. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what the whole goal is here. So it's you guys being on one accord, internally, externally, with the material world, your physical body, and the divine and the ethereal and things of the sort, and having that awareness and moving forward in that alignment, right? So that's why your overall energy is speaking a great deal, because there's a part of you guys who've kind of, stepped out of alignment, but that's all right. We all do it, But your recent past, child, look, this came up for Scorpio too. What the heck is going on with my camera? It was doing so well, y'all. It was. I apologize, Capricorn. Every other sign before you guys. Maybe if I cover my face. No. It was doing so well for everyone else. I apologize. But anyway, so for you guys, recent past, we have the 10 of Wands in the reverse. This is interesting how I'm seeing this. I'm going to shut up until I finish turning over the cards. You're above energy. Interesting. We have the card for this year. We have the strength card. I'm going to stop trying to make them autofocus because apparently my camera no longer loves me, but that's okay. And that is Leo energy. You guys, hidden influence. Dang, these cards are stalking everybody. You can't see it. It's the Temperance and the reverse. That's Sagittarius energy. And what to watch out for moving forward. Ooh, child, conflict. We have the 5 of Swords. That came out for someone else too. Man, okay. So here's the dealio. All right. So with this 10 of Wands in the reverse, I'm getting a different message for this than I usually do. I mean, it's the same in the context of releasing burdens, but I feel like you're releasing burdens in the wrong context. So how this is being shown to me, Capricorn, is in the recent past, meaning the latter part of January. For some of you, it could be the whole month of January, but you made a decision in your head to do something different. But the thing that you decided to do something different is very much kind of like what I said to Scorpio, and that's not what it is that you need to do. Because like with Scorpio, with them, they were, always bailing people out. Like they're the person in their family where everybody needs money, people need, problem solved or whatever. Everyone's going to Scorpio, right? So it's not a 3D thing like that for you guys. However, I feel that the thought was for Capricorn, like, I'm feeling stagnant. I'm feeling stuck. I'm not feeling as creative. I don't have as much energy. I'm going to stop eating junk food. I'm going to stop eating fast food. I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to, not fraternize with all of these activities, right? It's almost like you're making the decision to cut back on stuff that you're engaging with, not spending as much time with people, whatever. And your thought is that that's the solution to the issue, and it's not. The source of your problem is not an external thing. It's not, and not saying that you shouldn't eat healthy because I'm all about that. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't eat healthy, but that's not the issue. Or even like it's like, oh, I'm not gonna smoke cigarettes anymore. I'm gonna stop smoking weed. I'm gonna stop drinking alcohol. You know what I'm saying? It's the thought that that's the problem, but that isn't the issue, because the issue here is really like an inner issue. It's a spiritual connection type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel coming into the month, the solution you guys felt would work is something or many things that you've been engaging in. It's thinking about cutting back on those things. And that's not the case. Why do I say that? Because I see this in your strength card, right? In your above energy. This is more or less like an ethereal energy that's hovering over you that you can reach up with your free will and choose to bring down. The strength card is all about taming your inner beast. You know what I'm saying? It's about ascending from sensory consciousness to Christ consciousness. Everything I talked about in the good old chariot card. You know what I'm saying? And in succession, in the major arcana, you have, the chariot, then you go to the strength. You cannot tame the inner beast until you graduate from sensory consciousness. So the struggle that you're dealing with, my Capricornian friend, is not a 3D one. You know what I'm saying? Your issue is an ethereal one, right? You're being called to align with your authentic self or your true calling, your purpose, your path, right? You know what I'm saying? Spirit is at the door knocking and saying, hey, time to fulfill your purpose. Time to make some changes. You know what I'm saying? We got to get on the good foot. They got people out there that need your little light worker, empathic message. You know what I'm saying? People need your psychic gifts. You know what I'm saying? People need you to throw the tarot cards, whatever it is that you're called to do. Touching people and healing them, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Preaching sermons, whatever it is. All of this is saying that it's time for you to step into your path. However, you cannot move forward, right? Spirit is not going to let you pass go and collect $200 if you done left the high priestess on the side of the damn road. Okay, you need her. Okay, she's the ear to the streets. She has all of the ethereal tea that you need. You feel what I'm saying? You can't be out here giving psychic messages when the inside of you sound like crickets. Why? Because the high priestess is on the side of the road. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I hope you understand what I'm saying, But anyway, so the hidden influence being the temperance in the reverse, once again, is speaking to being out of alignment. So if I were to sum this up, because how it's rounding out with what to watch out for in the latter part of February being the 5 of Swords, that's not just conflict. That's conflict in the sense that it's conflict for nothing. It's time, energy, effort, strategy for nigh, right? It's a hollow victory. It's like you get to a certain space, and that's like the same energy that I was talking about in Cancer. So please trust me, trust me, Capricorn. It's your opposite sign. You're going to learn a lot, right? But because I go in more depth, and I'm not going to, waste your time because you're a Capricorn, you're busy. I know you got lots of things to do, but anyway. But with this, I go more in depth with talking about like this hollow victory type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you end up getting to the end goal, but it's like, I don't even know, what I'm here for anymore. Or it's like it just feels like nothing. It's like, okay, I have the stuff and things, I've achieved the goal, but like, what was all of this even for? Like, it's not feeling fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? And it's because there's a huge part of yourself that you have left behind. So this temperance is letting you know what the hidden influence is, which is that you're out of alignment. And the thing that I'm seeing, and then I mean, of course, you are an earth sign. I'm also an earth sign. I am a Taurus, by the way, if you didn't know, a double Taurus, you know. But being an earth sign, you're naturally practical. You know what I'm saying? And you're looking at tangible evidence, results, strategy, things of the sort. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost as if you've got sucked in too much to 3D. Now, I'm not saying by any means, because that's definitely not the plan for this year, is to go all woo woo ethereal and completely, forsake, the material world. I'm not saying that at all. It's like there's a beautiful balance that all of us are being called to this year, where it is that you're channeling the ethereal through the physical. You know what I'm saying? It's taking very high-minded, lofty, woo-woo things and translating them into very tangible, practical steps, words. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be like, oh, only people on a certain level will understand. If you're not on that level yet, it ain't got to be all that. You know what I'm saying? You could literally take the entire emerald tablet and break the shit down into some practical ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. That's what it is that we're called to do, because the overall goal for the collective is for us to ascend both body and spirit. You know what I'm saying? And you can't sanctify the spirit through the flesh. You know what I'm saying? But the spirit can sanctify the flesh if you're picking up what I'm putting down. You know what I'm saying? I feel like DeChristian right now. But anyway, only a few of you guys know who DeChristian is. Put like an emoji below. I don't know what the emoji would be for DeChristian, but y'all just put broccoli and cheese in the chat. Shout out to DeChristian. If you don't know, go look at my TikTok. Okay, moving right along. Anyway, but the whole thing with this is Capricorn, is this hidden influence is that you're out of balance. And the goal is for you to come into balance, right? But the way to counterbalance this energy is not going to be through more material stuff, giving up stuff, adding stuff. It's literally about you guys reattuning to your intuition and your spiritual side. It's time for you to spend some time with spirit. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that's funny, my guys are telling me right now, with the 3 of Cuppies, which kind of makes me look at this different, which is like super lit. It's like they just said the Trinity, and I'm like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So like legit, it's like there's multiple trinities. I mean, we could think about, the triune spirit in the context of like Father, Son, Holy Spirit. We can think about it in the way that humanity is created in the image and likeness of God, in the sense that we're body, mind, body, mind, and spirit. You know what I'm saying? So we can look at it that way, or the triunity of the soul being mind, will, and emotions. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's a divine order in the universe. So the thing is, the triunity, because you are, a triune being, the triunity, the pure essence of your soul, mind, will, emotions, or, your humanity being body, mind, and spirit, that is what's out of alignment. You know what I'm saying? So you are a reflection of the divine. You feel what I'm saying? So if we were to use the context of like Father, Son, and Spirit as the manifestations of God, right? You know what I'm saying? In spiritual form, physical form, blah, 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 all the things, right? And you're supposed to be a reflection of that. It's more or less, this challenge is saying like, hey, you've come out of alignment with that. We have to figure out in what facet. Is it in your body? Nope. Because I feel like you got the physical thing down pat. You know what I'm saying? Is it in mind? Probably. Is it in spirit? Most likely. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is that you want to focus on. So it's kind of turning your attention inward in the month of February, Capricorn. And once you guys get that under control, You will be moving forward with, I don't know, the speed of light speed or something. Whoop, whoop, train. I was trying to do a train reference there. I don't really, that didn't land well, but pretty sure you get it. Whoop, whoop, train, you kind of get where I was going with that. But anyway, that's been your soul session, Capricorn. Let me know what you think in the comments. You know what I'm saying? I love your freaking face. And I'll see you guys sooner than later. And sooner if you're following me over now to Sagittarius. Later if I won't see you again until the love readings for Valentine's Day. But either way, I love your freaking face. And